This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Next up, we see that Swagger is mad that the SmackDown team in the match, he didn't think it should be Del Rio's team. He thinks it should be his team, which he wants to call Team Swagger's All-American. Swagger said this show wasn't taking place in the U.S., but in Little Cuba. So trying to get a little heat here for Miami. And next up, it's Team Mysterio, which is Rey Mysterio and Big Show and Kofi Kingston and MVP and Chris Masters taking on Team Del Rio, which is Alberto, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, Tyler Rex, and Jack Swagger. A traditional Survivor Series elimination tag here. Of course, Team Mysterio wins in 18 minutes and 12 seconds. Meltzer would note that MVP got a big hometown pop, but that nobody knew Rex. And he says the heel team here is the best groomed team in Survivor Series history. And Cole claimed the Survivor Series, the event itself, made stars out of The Rock, Randy Orton, and The Miz. I thought it was, pretty fun to have an old school elimination style match. This is what I grew up on with Survivor Series. Meltzer says the negative here is that no new stars were allowed to look good and that there were no upsets giving new pushes in the eliminations, but he liked the match and that he gave it 3.25 stars. The streak continues. Another pretty good match. What'd you think?
Well, if nobody knew Rex, wouldn't that have been a good chance for him to upset somebody?
Yes, sir.
That's what made these type matches fun for me, because you could take a guy that wasn't well known, put him on that particular team. And it always felt like to me, Survivor Series was one of those deals where they were almost brand exclusive. It was almost like two teams that were going after each other. Even if it was all heels and all baby faces, it just felt like there was a bond of some sort on each team, and it made it more competitive. And you could take a guy like Tyler Rex and had him upset somebody. It would, they would have known who he was the next day if you would have continued on with it. Having young guys in this match was a launching pad, I felt like, to put them in a much more favorable role. And I agreed with that 100%. And plus those kids can go, give them a vehicle to go out and show you what they got.
It's interesting to look at the crew again too. Mysterio still there. Big Show still there. Kofi Kingston still there. MVP still there. Chris Masters isn't. On the other side, nobody is. Alberto Del Rio, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase, Tyler, and Jack Swagger, not a one. And it's interesting, I guess, that Ted DiBiase's out here doing double duty. I don't know that that's been talked about enough here, but it feels like the company has a lot of faith and confidence in him. And I don't know. It's just fun to look back in 10 years and see sort of where they are now. Of course, we know Cody and Swagger are now across the board, over with, AEW, but everybody else still sort of figuring things out.
I think Teddy probably falls in that category of we don't need you till we need you.
Yeah.
And then we need you twice. You just brought up something that probably would have gotten washed right under the bridge. That's it's an amazing fact, because I know he was on his way down the totem pole when this occurred. And he went out and tore it down with Daniel Bryan, and then they thought enough of his work to put him on the team for the Survivor Series match too. There's some antiquated thinking there somewhere. There's somebody is got their wires crossed. Is he good enough or isn't he? It's very interesting.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.